What's up, Knicks Nation? We got a lot of things to talk about tonight as the New York Knicks take on the Milwaukee Bucks in what is not a trap game as Milwaukee looks to extend and continue their run that they're on at home. We'll talk about the former Knick big man that has found some really great solace in another place and has been producing and performing. We'll also talk about Mike Brown. He says that he still believes that the Knicks can win a title. But we will also break down what potentially may be holding them back from that feat. We get a Deuce McBride update. Will he return this season? And we'll also talk about Josh Hart and what he brings to the lineup. I will be breaking down that Knicks versus Bucks game and giving you all the major updates. There's some things that we have to talk about on today's episode of the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest, and you know the vibes. Tell a friend that we live, man. Welcome to the show. Big time salute to everybody that was in the building early. I see you guys. As you guys know, we have to get the likes up. It's very important. It's very crucial for us to continue to grow this channel. So that's how we start every show. So smash that like button. Why not? And also, we know that at least 58.8% of you guys are not subscribed in the last 28 days. So why don't you go ahead and smash that subscribe button? Let's take care of all the necessary duties early because we're on the road to 10,000. And our first milestone is 5K. And of course, we got this rare Jalen Brunson rookie trading card. And we will be giving this away to one of you guys who subscribe. Okay, once we cross that plateau. And the card is actually up here. Big time salute to the community. This is the card that you're going to get, by the way. Okay. I finally went to my office and picked up some cool stuff I had to been picking up. This was sent by someone who's a loyal subscriber to the channel. We do appreciate all the support from all the people who rock with us. So they donated this card to you guys. Okay. You see all of the cool little plushies up there. We got the Patrick Ewing, the Jalen Brunson, the basketball, big time salute. Just making some upgrades to the background, but this right here, this is yours. This could be yours. Okay. Let me see who's in the building. I see you, Buzzer Beater. I see Mellow Mike. I see Zach. Big time salute. Big time salute to my man Chrome Vapors. Big time salute to all the people that was in the building early. Sorry for my tardiness, man. I had a crazy meeting, but then I had to talk with YouTube about some stuff, and they were taking forever. So my bad on the tardiness. But we got a lot to rock with right now. Try to think, is there any other special announcements? We will be back tonight where there's smoke, there's fire post this Milwaukee Buck game. And if you ask me how I'm feeling going into the game, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it. There's some things that we gotta unpack with the Bucks game. As far as any other announcements, that's all I got for you right now. I'm gonna go into research mode so we can actually take a look at some of the standings and rankings of where teams are located right now. Give me 2 seconds. Trying to troubleshoot something. Okay, cool. So what we'll do, we'll look at some of the scores from the previous games. As this is how I like to start the show, so we could get an idea of what's happening in the league and how it impacts these New York Knicks. So the Charlotte Hornets blew out. I mean, completely smashed and smacked the Indiana Pacers last night. No one really cares about it, but hey, Indiana is in full tank mode because they're trying to get that pick. It's very vital for them to get that pick. So that's what their goal is. Miami Heat lost to Philadelphia 76ers. This is a big-time game because these teams are trying to solidify themselves in the top 6. Well, I think Miami is on the outside looking in right now, but Philadelphia gets the win. And this boy, Joel Embiid, he comes back into the lineup, and he looks like, he's been there all year. The Philadelphia 76ers are a team that, I'm not scared of them, but at the same time, when you got a former MVP in Joel Embiid, they are a threat. Then you got the Washington Wizards and the Hawks. No one really gives a damn about that, but that was a big win for the Hawks as they also are in that race. San Antonio beat the Spurs. Nobody gives a damn about that. Rockets beat the Magic. This was another important game, especially for Orlando. They're trying to hold on. A lot of these teams, they're trying to hold on to their spots or move up because it's getting tight. And salute to the people who are now. I heard some people say, "Oh, the East is not that bad." Who's the first one to tell you about the Eastern Conference being capped? Hold on, let me raise my hand once again. I know I say it a lot on this show. I told you so, but yeah, I told you. I said, "Yo, all of that talk about Eastern Conference, the East is just as good as the West, boy." And now we're seeing it. But I talked about this since the beginning of the season. I just didn't see clear separation. I thought that the teams at the top of the West definitely had an advantage slightly. But as the season goes on, I mean, just look at the numbers, look at the rankings. It's very, very, very similar. Kings versus the Mavericks. Nobody gives a damn about that. Then you got the Phoenix Suns and the Lakers. This is another important game. And the Lakers continue to lose games, big games against top team. I wonder what their top team record is because the Lakers have dropped some games. Pelicans, Jazz, nobody gives a damn about that. The Timberwolves versus the Clippers. This is another important game. The Timberwolves trying to establish themselves for positioning amongst the top 6 teams, while the Clippers are looking on the outside in, trying to make sure they secure a playoff run. But there are some things looming with the Clippers, boy, with that whole Kawhi stuff. It's getting interesting around here. As for tonight, we know we got the game against the Milwaukee Bucks. If you actually went to a -8.5, that's actually a good sign. We'll talk more about that later. Cavaliers, Pistons. I'm curious to know, and you know what? Because these two teams, we're like all battling at the top of the Eastern Conference right now. I'm just curious to see who is. The Cavs got bad luck. No Donovan Mitchell. Ellis and Schroeder are game time decisions. I don't see all of these guys now. I don't see a world where none of these guys don't play. But it's getting interesting around here, y'all. Getting interesting. Okay, so this is where we are here. That Detroit might get another easy win against the top team without half their team. Looks like. Nets, Celtics, nobody gives a damn about that. But once again, we're ensconced in the battle with the second place Celtics. And we got to hope the Nets can pull this out. But I am not confident because the Nets are fully in tank mode. Mavericks, Grizzlies, no one gives a damn about that except the tank committee. And then you have the Nugget and Thunder. This is a game I'm going to have to watch on condensed because we'll be on live. But this game will be interesting because SGA will be making his return tonight. Just in case you guys did not know that. Big time salute to everybody who is in the building. We do appreciate you guys. This is the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. And you know what? I'll jump into some Deuce McBride news. Deuce McBride is someone who was a very, very important player off the bench. He was actually the leading scorer off the bench, averaging just over 12 points per game. And as I go back in research mode, bam. So Miles McBride still eyeing regular season, right? Still eyeing regular season. Let me just close this window. Regular season return, but remains without a timeline. Okay, he's been one of the key pieces under the bench, right? He had his surgery back on the 9th. They say that he's supposed to be out for 6 weeks, but their target or their desire is to return before the playoffs in April, because 6 weeks would put him like in the last couple of games of the regular season. Speaking for the first time since undergoing the core muscle surgery, Miles McBride told reporters Friday in Milwaukee that he remains without a timeline for a return, but he hopes to get back before the end of the regular season, but it is unsure. So this is the first time Deuce McBride has spoken. Okay, what are your thoughts on Deuce? Do you think we'll get him back? Now, I love Deuce. Deuce is one of my favorite players, 100%. I just think that Deuce McBride just brings so much intangibles to this team that are very, very important. And so I'm happy to hear this news, that he's speaking to the press that this is the goal. This is the target. As my son cries. He just got off the bus. Big time salute to my son. Oh, by the way, to all the people, if you are watching the Fanathon clips, if you are a channel member, you actually will see my son. He's the bonus surprise. He came on at the end of the stream, but that's a members only kind of experience. If you want to see some of the additional footage from there, just to give the nice segue as my son, made his brief appearance in the room. Okay, so what do you guys think about Deuce? I think we need him, and we need another person who, I know he's not the best playmaker, but with somebody who can create with the ball in his hands. Maybe he's not as prolific for others as he is for himself. So, but he does bring that added scoring. The only concern I have there's two concerns I have about Deuce McBride coming back. And you guys can let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Do you guys think that Deuce McBride could the rust make him not be as efficient as we need him to be for this postseason? Could the rust be an issue? That is a concern of mine, because we're going into a high stakes competition. More than likely, if we stay in the 6 spots, Philadelphia will be there. It'll be somebody good in that 6 spot. I don't see a Charlotte Hornets pushing to get to the 6th seed. No offense to Charlotte. They are playing better basketball recently. But that 6th seed, to me, I think that you're going to play somebody good, and now is not the time to experiment. So I would want to see Deuce come back before the season starts. Comes back before the season starts, and then we get it pushing like that. That's what I would like to see. But having Deuce McBride will be a major key no matter what. Now, my second concern is this. And some of y'all may not be feeling some of my takes sometimes because listen, this is what I use, man. See this? This is what I use. I keep saying you got to have a book that looks like this. This is not about the 1970s. Right? This ain't the 1960s Knicks and the 90s. No. This is the 82 Knicks. This is my own. This is the first journal that was ever made. This is one of a kind. None of the other journals that's made look like this. So I use this. And there's certain things that I'm looking for. And the one thing that happened, and by the way, the playoff edition to this is on sale as well. All right. The playoff edition of this is on sale. It's called Game Night. All right. I had a nice trailer I did, but that's part of the reason why I was late. I had gotten into a debate with YouTube over it. It's crazy. So I can't even play the trailer right now, but hopefully I can soon. Just to let you guys know, you can pre-order it now. Link in the description. Let me pull it back to Deuce, okay? For those of you who are interested in that. But one of the things that Landry Shamet did that I love was he put an end to the 3-point guard lineup. Now, the 3-point guard lineup is anytime you have anybody who on the floor, 3 guys that are all 6'3" and under, or Jordan Clarkson and 2 others like 6'3" and under guys. Because Jordan Clarkson, I consider him to be a part of that. And honestly, it was a major concern for me, a big time concern for me. And I think with Deuce coming back and Alvarado, I just see Mike Brown messing it up and just putting them three out there together. Alvarado, Deuce, and Brunson. I would hate to see that. I think that you become too small. It's not that the offense is not the problem, it's the defense. Cross matching, rebounds. We were getting killed every time he ran those 3-point guard lineups. Like, it's really like annoying to see. So now you get Deuce back. Do we go back to that? And now Shamet, your power forward. Imagine that lineup. Deuce, Shamet, Alvarado, Brunson. Y'all jacking that lineup? Are y'all jacking that lineup? I'll start taking some calls. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. I'm curious to know how you guys feel. If you do want to call up, the time is now. Okay. Big time salute to everybody in the building. And before I get to the lines as well, let's smash that like button. All right. Let's smash that like button. Big time salute to the super producer Maxine for turning this into a subscribers only video. So you gotta subscribe if you want to be in that chat. Big time salute to Darlene Bryan. I see you in the building. And Randu channel member. Okay. Mellow Mike once again. All right. Big time salute. Is El Figgy in the building too? Did I salute El Figgy? My fault, El Figgy. Big time salute to El Figgy in the building as well. All right. We got to continue to get the likes up. You guys know on this show, on this channel, we have 100 like minimum. It's vital, right? And while you at it, you might as well subscribe so you can get in the chat, because we know that in the last 28 days, that 60+% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So what better way to help close the gap than to subscribe? And once you subscribe, you'll get this rare. I was reminded by the person who donated this to us that, hey, this card is rare. You will not find this anywhere, and we're giving it away. And bam, the card is right here. Okay, this is the card right here. So if you want to enter in the opportunity, a chance to win this card, all you have to do is subscribe. All right, as we hit our goals, and the 5K is the next milestone. So once we get there, that card will be mailed to you and you'll be good to go. Okay. So continue to smash the like button. And then if you want to call up, you can. Now is the time. I do got more topics. Deuce McBride, though, like, he's very important. Like, if Deuce McBride was like 3 inches taller, I swear to God, if Deuce McBride was 3 inches taller, he already would have been paid like at least, he would have probably been up to like $20 million a year just on the height factor. And it's unfortunate in this league, we have a thing called height bias, something that I always speak out against, but the height bias is real, y'all. The height bias is definitely real. Let me just make sure my phone settings is right, because I don't need y'all calling up. Y'all can't hear me. Oh, okay. Everything looks good on that front. And yeah, we'll keep it moving. So I got another topic. I wasn't going to get into this, but, you know, since we're talking about Deuce McBride and certain individual players, I figured that we'll just get into this one as well. Josh Hart, he's somebody who made some statements yesterday, which we discussed. And if you guys want to revisit it, that we can, if you didn't get the opportunity. Josh Hart said something yesterday that was really concerning, and I actually did a poll on it this morning where you guys could vote and share your thoughts on the idea that the Knicks still don't have an identity. And the question I asked was, do we have enough time? Do we have enough time to develop that identity? Okay. So NBA writer confirms what the Knicks fans already know about Josh Hart. Bleacher Report's Greg Schwartz recently declared Hart as someone who plays with a style of basketball that all teams need to win. That's a fact. Josh Hart is somebody who some people don't like him, but you gotta love him except the antics. Yeah, we don't like the antics. The antics is really, I think the antics really put him, you know, and I used antics to describe a particular thing that he did that a lot of people was like, what the hell was that about? Like, it was weird and crazy. that you would do that during the celebration. And it kind of even devalued it to a degree because a lot of our haters, because we got a lot of haters out there, a lot of the Knicks haters use that to devalue what the Knicks did on that day. And I'm like, why would Josh do that? Like, why would he do that? But besides the antics and all of those things, he still is somebody who is a fan favorite for the most part. And he plays with a style of basketball that all teams need to win. See, the one thing I like about Josh Hart is that he doesn't need to score to be effective, right? He doesn't need to score to be effective. He can do other things. He can pass, he can make plays, he gets in transition. He hustles, plays with a lot of energy. And that's something you can now like when he's not shooting well, sometimes you want to throw something at the TV, but even worse than that is when he's not shooting at all. When the brother is not shooting at all, that is a huge, huge problem. And so, he's somebody that definitely impacts winning, and we've seen it. And he's the reason why you don't have a Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns lineup. While one of the most underrated players in the league, this is what Schwartz says. I disagree. I don't think he's underrated. I think Josh Hart is on a lot of people's radars, especially with the success that this Knicks team had going to the Eastern Conference Finals and all of the national TV games. I mean, how many national TV games now has Josh Hart been mic'd up for? So I don't think he's underrated at all. This is what Schwartz had to say. He's the best rebounder for his size. He only is 6'5" or shorter. He's the only player 6'5" or shorter. Listen to this. To register a total rebounding percentage of 13. That's fire. Or higher. And nearly averaged a double-double a year ago. That's facts. 13.6 points, 9.6 rebound, despite his height. And we can't ignore that attribute because even though the lineup is small, rebounding is something that they thrive at, except offensive rebounds for some. Well, I kind of know the reason, and I may touch on it a little bit later. But we kind of touched on some of it, but there's some other elements to it as to why I think that they're playing slower. But besides the offensive rebounding, the defensive rebounding has been a great improvement. They're one of the best defensive rebounding teams in basketball. In fact, I got it right here. In the last 10 games, we have been, I think we averaged 34 rebounds. That's a +1 in the last 10 games around that. Total rebounds, we're down a little bit in total rebounds. But it is what it is with that. For the most part, he's the reason why we closed the rebound gap in the starting lineup because he rebounds at a great rate, an elite rate for his height. So through 47 games, he's averaging 12 points, 7.4 rebounds, 5.2 assists, right? And that's a career high. As far as steals, while shooting 49.4% from the floor and the career best 39.7% from deep. And that's why I yell at the TV. Josh Hart, what are you doing? Shoot the damn ball. What is the problem? You can shoot. Keep shooting, right? Now, of course, its impact on the Knicks since being inserted into the starting lineup on a full-time basis. And listen, look at his starting average. 12.7 points, 7.8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and 1.2 steals on 49% shooting and then 41.4% shooting as a starter. And this is for a period of 33 games, and they also say that he's a plus 5.3, in the starting lineup. Now, that's a great way, because I'm Stat Master Miyagi. Oh, and let me tell you something. Somebody fell into the bear trap. I got a crazy comment of the week on Monday. I'm going to give you a stat lesson, a stats with context lesson on Monday when we do This Week Inside the Knicks. Somebody fell into the trap. See, It's not about what stats you know or don't know. It's about being able to apply the stats with context. See, I keep track of over 100 stats, but it's not just regular stats. I'm looking for certain things in particular. So I don't know every stat there is. There is no way to know. There's thousands of stats. If I keep track of 100 myself, that means that there's thousands of stats. Thousands. Okay? And you don't need to know them all. But what you need to know and understand is basketball and how to apply the context. So why the plus 5.3 is important is because it's showing his value as a starter as opposed to you compare him to other guys. I don't want to just throw people under the bus, but this 5.3 is probably the best on the team when you're looking at guys that could also start in the lineup. But this is what he does as a starter over a 33 game span. Big time salute to Josh Hart. I'm going to stand by my statement that I made. I think that our issue is not defense. It is definitely offense. I don't think that that's our problem. And with Josh Hart, his impact on winning. I talked about this. Nothing I'm saying here right now is novel because I do a show. Matter of fact, we're going to do it this weekend. It's called the Knicks in 10 show. I'm more than likely going to do it the Sunday before the game. I think who we play? We play, I'm going to tell you right now. We play San Antonio. So before the San Antonio Spurs game, I'm going to take you into it possibly like around 11 o'clock. I'm going to do the Knicks in 10 show. It's going to blow your mind. But I talk about this every 10 game. I got a slide specifically for Josh Hart because his impact definitely goes. Oh, big time salute to Chosen and Loving It. I appreciate you thank you for the super chat. Big time salute to you for that. And oh, Tugboat Taylor, okay. Oh wow, he joined the OKF Nation Plus, man. Big time salute to you, Tugboat Taylor, for joining the Plus. All your perks are in the membership section, Tugboat. And I do appreciate you for upgrading the membership, man. By the way, I'm not saying you got to be a Plus member. But when you join the channel, it comes with a lot of perks. You're going to get well over 60 members only videos and growing. And I will be doing a members only live this weekend. I'm not going to be able to do a Sunday because we got an early game on Sunday. But and Sundays is a weird day for me too. But we will be doing it this weekend. So more than likely tomorrow, I'm gonna squeeze in a members only kind of live deal. And yeah, we do a lot of content. A lot of content for the members. And then of course you get access to the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. That's where it really goes down. Like tonight, we're gonna be in there talking about the game. A lot of us, we know Knicks fans, but we don't know Knicks fans that are hardcore. That you could really talk to about Deuce McBride and get a real response. So big time salute. I appreciate the super chats and Tugboat, you upgrading. Before I get into the calls, I do got a couple of people calling. Some interesting calls that's coming. Smash that like button, y'all. All right, we got to get to our goal. You guys know we got a goal of 100 like minimum each show. All right, it tells the algorithm, all right, that this is the place to be in the afternoon. Big time salute to everybody who supports the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. All right, we're here every afternoon from Tuesday to Friday. We are here. All right, you be on the lookout. You get the live notification. We're here every Tuesday through Friday in the afternoon. All right, and while you're at it, you might as well subscribe too, because most of you guys who listen, y'all don't subscribe. Y'all watch, but y'all don't subscribe. Help us close the gap. And like I got the card right here. Once we get the 5K, we're going to give away this rare. I was told by the person who donated this. This is rare. Let them know. You won't be able to find this anywhere. All right? And so all you got to do is subscribe. There's no emails, no phone numbers. No, none of that. We're going to be giving it away. Okay? So continue to smash that like button. Very important. Let me take some call. Let's see. Hopefully these people answer. If I do miss your call, I will call you back. All right. But this is gonna be an interesting call. Just letting you guys know off the rip. I don't know where we going here, but we gonna see. We are going to see. Hopefully this person answers. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion, and let me know what your thoughts are. All right. Call back number 9. Call back hater number 9. All right. Okay, bet. So 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion. Curious to know where you guys stand on the Deuce McBride matter. How you guys feel about Josh Hart, his impact as a starter. He's shooting the ball very well. I just wish he shot the ball more. His numbers as a starter, at one point, he was averaging like 16 and closer to 10. His numbers were a lot, more nice looking. Some people are in the numbers and stuff like that. So it is what it is. While I wait for the person to call back or the people to call back, I'm going to jump into another topic. Now, check this out, y'all. Check this out. Well, you know what? Let's do a salute. Let's do a salute. I'm going to do a salute. So we're going to do a salute to our man, especially if you're from Kings County. This brother holds a special place in our heart. Former Knicks big man secured a crazy NBA return that nobody saw coming. According to Shams, Taj Gibson is signing with the Memphis Grizzlies. Huh? Hey, what? Taj Gibson, age 40, right? He's been in the NBA since since 2010 season. He's played 3 straight years of basketball with the New York Knicks. Big time salute to that. Then he returned to the Knicks in 23-24, right? Big time salute to that. Gibson was with the Chicago Bulls, of course, but the former Knicks big man, he just signed with the Memphis Grizzlies. Another team that is probably on the tank train, but big time salute to Taj coming back, man. I'm happy to see that. When you're 40, man, you still got it, man. We got to do it for the 40-year-olds, man. Big time salute to the 40-plus crowd. Taj's going to show the young Bulls how it gets done. I'm happy to see that, man. He, clearly he still wants to play, right? So if that's his goal to continue playing, then we wish him a lot of continued success. I know that he's happy because he probably was on the couch, probably still working out, but just waiting for the call, and he got the call. And I guess we don't want to see players get hurt, but this is a positive when it comes to injuries, right? Like, you get to see guys get opportunities to get a little bag. I know it's towards the end of the year, but that helps. That helps. You just never know. And big time salute to Taj. All right, that wasn't the news I was going to get to, but I had it there. I said, let's just talk about it. But the other news that I wanted to touch on was about another big man that was with the team. Before I get there, I do got a caller. Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Chosen and Loving It, Angie again.
Angie again. I just want you to let the people who know who you are. I knew who you were. Where are we going, Angie?
Okay. Let's go. Hey, the Josh thing first. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just pulling my hair out with this. We don't know who we are, our identity. We basically came back with the same exact team. So, at this point, if you don't know who you are and we don't know who we are, then it's on Mike Brown at this point. We gotta put people out there who, if nothing else, you should know this, that you have to play 48 minutes hard and smart. Can we just find that identity? If we all can just find that identity, then I think we'll be good.
That's
The other
basic.
thing,
That's the basics. Go ahead.
that's the basics. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
identity at this point, I could see if we had a lot of new pieces, but we're dealing with the same group of people. So I don't know what
Right.
that's about. But one of the suggestions I would want to make to Coach Brown, if I could, I would like to put Shaman in the starting lineup and take out either
Mm.
Josh or Mikal. Preferably Mikal, because one thing about Shamit mix it up. He drives to the basket and he shoots, to me, better than Mikal does. And
Mm.
so and Mikal doesn't get any rebounds. Shamit will go in and try and get a rebound. He won't just be, pretending and jogging and all those type of things. So I
Right.
like Josh. I love Josh. I know Josh is going to play hard. I just think at this point, having Josh and Mikal and OG, because Mikal and OG don't give us anything on the boards, because of the,
Right.
the type that. But I think Shamit gives us a different dynamic, and it'll allow again Brunson to get off the ball. So just wanted to call and say that I'm just done with we don't know who we are.
Yeah, that was
Just makes,
crazy.
yeah, that makes no sense to me.
I ain't mad
Yeah.
at it. I was one of the first people last year. I said, yo, we should put Bridges on the bench. Everybody slammed me. What are you saying?
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying it. It kind of makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I think the only thing would keep them from not doing it is him dropping his stock, because we gotta package him this summer. So if
Yep.
right,
You're right.
so my thing is, if that's the direction they're gonna go, then just limit his minutes. He don't need 30 some minutes. Give Bridget about 20, 23 minutes a game. I think we'll be good. And just let him start. If that's the strategy, that we don't want to tank his stock because we may have to package him. But
Right.
other than that, I think he will be more effective with Alvarez and Mitch
10
off the bench. I think he
seconds.
would be more effective off the bench. So it is what
Hey,
it is.
I agree. I think you're on the money because I always thought it would be better balanced. Because my argument last year was we have two small forwards.
Yeah.
In OG and Mikal.
That's
So
right.
like Shaman, like you said, brings something different, and he can make plays. You still keep the rebounding with Hart.
Yeah. Right. And he's not, and he's not afraid of contact. He will drive to the basket.
Bingo.
Mikal is not driving to the basket.
No.
I mean, he is. I don't know what Iron Man definition he has, but he avoids contact. At least Shaman is going to give you that. Shaman will hey, if y'all don't, if you play up on me too much, I'll go around you. Mikal will
100%.
not do that. I don't care what it is. Mikal is afraid of driving to the basket, and it just make me pull all my hair out. He'll go all the way to the basket and then do this little pop shot. He won't even lay it up.
Angie, matter of fact, to all the channel members, I will be doing that's my next unfiltered thought. I'm gonna do a real deep dive on Mikal tomorrow.
Please.
100%. Yeah, we're gonna do it tomorrow. Yeah. Because salute to my man D from LA. He actually gave me the idea. Because he talked about protecting the Iron Man. Yeah, because I have another video I did on Mikal, and I think y'all see. Yeah, this is a good time to join the channel. But thank you, Angie.
Please.
Listen, I appreciate you, Angie. You always have great calls.
You.
Please continue to call.
Likes. Everybody hit the likes. You in here
Big time.
Don't eat and don't eat. Hit the likes. So if
hit them likes.
hit the likes.
Big time, Angie. I love you.
Okay, be good.
Great call.
Bye-bye.
All right. She always has some great, listen, y'all. Angie always has some, and you know what I like about Angie's calls? She's not afraid to say something out of the box. Because that's what I do. I am not inside the box. You know that with me. I got a book that looks like this. Right? So I'm looking at certain things. There's certain things that I see that y'all might not get. And that's why I say it. And then I come back and say, I told you so. Big time salute to my man Buzzer Beater for the super chat. Do you put out this much content in the summer? Great question, Buzzer Beater. Great question. Yeah, I definitely plan on putting out content every day. That's not going to stop. Now, will we do 2 lives a day? Perhaps. It depends on the news. Because there's a lot of rumors and things of that nature, unpacking stuff. We could do a lot of, just deep dives on topics, interviews. Interviews are coming. That's another thing we getting ready to really tackle, just for the record. Interviews is where it's at. So with interviews and stuff like that, yeah, more than likely 2 a days will continue. But if not 2 a days, live every day. That's what I do. I go live every day. If you're new to the channel, that's one thing that I do all the time is I go live every day. So yes, Buzzer Beater, big time salute to you and thank you for the support. All right, Buzzer Beater, I appreciate you. You are one of the MVP donors for real. All right, now I did miss some calls. If I do miss your call, I will call you back. Let me take a couple of calls. Then we gotta get these likes up. Let's see if my man Joe is still there. Interesting stuff. I had an article. I don't know where the hell is that. I'm gonna find it. Miss talking about another former big man. I wasn't even gonna go to Taj, but big time salute to Taj. I'm happy that he got another opportunity. You know the saying, once a Knick, always a Knick. Once a Knick, always a Knick. So
telephone number.
See if my man Joe can't get on. Joe can't get on. Joe called back. Let me see if my other caller can get on. See if he can get on. If not, we'll keep it pushing. We will keep it pushing. 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, this is Vic from PA.
What's going on, man? Vic from PA, man. Where we going today? We got a lot of topics. We got a game tonight. Where we going?
Let's go.
I'll talk to you tomorrow about the game.
Okay. All right.
I want to talk to you about something you was talking about yesterday with LeBron and Giannis. Listen to this. How about you give up Cat and OG? That brings $100 million off the books.
Okay.
You take back Giannis, Bobby Portis, and his brother. That's something I saw earlier in the year.
Okay.
You take back those 3. That's about 80 something, and then that's how you get LeBron. So now you got Brunson, LeBron, and Giannis. You still got Hart there. You still got McBride there, and you still got Bridges. But Bridges got to come off the bench now. You say try to keep Sherman because he got a calf on him. So try to keep him. You could sign Mitchell, and you could still keep Diawara.
Right, because you'll be sending out 100. You get back 80, so that gives you an additional $20 million. Now your only hope now is because Mitchell Robinson, you still probably won't be able to sign him because you didn't really free up enough money to bring him back though. Where was Mitch in your equation?
I thought you said if we signed Mitch before because we got a restriction on Mitch.
No, listen, let me explain. So you got $17 million right now in the summer for 5 players, right? To sign 6 players. And Mitch is a part of that. Mitch is a part of that. So, yeah, you get an additional $20 million, but then you're still going to have $17 million to sign 5 players. Or, wait, hold on.
All right, so let me ask you a question. If Mitch walks, right?
Right.
Don't that money add on?
No. He's a free agent. He's a free agent. So you're going to be hard cap at that second apron. So now you have $37 million and like 4 players now? Because you're taking the brother, you're taking Bobby and him. So that's 1 more player. So you're still going to have to sign like 4 or 5 players with $17 million, including Mitchell Robinson. And LeBron now, too. Now you want LeBron, too. So, yeah, it's not as easy.
I thought LeBron would come in on the minimum. Or because
you want to get him on the low?
Cap, whatever money that is, give him. You only here for 1 year.
Right.
This will be your farewell. You win the title. And y'all said talking about that great stuff. There you go.
I like that. You know what? I'm gonna play around with this trade later. If I have some time, I'm gonna play around with it. We're gonna actually look at the numbers and see what it does. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, take it easy.
Great call. Great call. All right. I like that. I like that he went to the numbers and he tried to make it happen. The problem though still is you're gonna have to sign a couple of guys and you're not gonna have them. I gotta see the number. We gotta actually do that, the numbers on it, but it's still gonna be hard to do. It's possible. I'm not saying that you can't do it. Don't think that I'm saying that Leon can't get it done. But some of your favorite Knicks, he threw OG up in there. But some of your favorite Knicks are gonna have to get up out of here. Unfortunately. Let's see if this brother. Now I just need to know where are we going, number 9. Detroit number 9. Where are we going? Where are we going?
No, I wasn't even calling on for Detroit
Let's
stuff.
go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, cause I heard you talking about Josh Hart. I just wanted to chime in, if the Celtics was to offer y'all Derek White in exchange for Josh Hart, would you pull that trigger in a heartbeat?
Ooh. Yo, honestly, man, that's a good question.
Yeah.
The only problem with the deal is our losing rebounding. So I might consider putting somebody else in the deal that's going to really get them upset. Or maybe not right now. I would rather put Bridges in the deal. Yeah, I went there, y'all. Hold up. I went there. Hold up. You got to get the suspense. The reason why I'm saying it is because I know Bridges, he defends and he can shoot, whatever, but he don't rebound. So now I'm going to have a lineup with no rebounders out there but Towns.
He's a pretty good rebounder himself.
Nah, he ain't getting 8 rebounds a game, though. Because you're going to have to supplement that in the starting. Because right now we have an offensive rebounding problem. We're in an offensive rebound drought right now. Yeah, we're in a big time offensive. So I can't get rid of Hart and get somebody who don't rebound or who ain't a big guy.
But you get better offensive production that the Knicks be stagnant on a lot of times when Brunson and
That's true. Now he would definitely help. Listen, this is something we talked about. I talked about Bridges for White before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I felt like White fits what we need way more than Bridges does. He's a better fit.
But Derek White is such an asset. Even as a Piston fan, when they trying to push this narrative that Jaylen Brown is doing more than less, and I'm like, just because y'all was underrating the Celtics without Jason Tatum, don't mean the whole world felt that way. I still felt like the Celtics was gonna have a dog squad because of the coaching that they have and they're able to make players fit around them. Like all they plug-in players know how to play, know how to score, know how to play defense. So what is all this less like Jaylen Brown just carrying a dang on bottom feeding team? Like I didn't never feel like that. Like just because most of the world underrated them without Jason Tatum don't mean that should have been the standard of what we're judging, just as far as the MVP conversation is going.
Right. Nah, you know what? Great call. I didn't know you was going there. But you introduced another, vortex we could go down. Who are you trading? Are you trading Hart or Bridges for White? If y'all want to talk about that, we could.
Okay,
I like that.
I appreciate you, brother.
Big time, number 9. I appreciate it.
All right.
That's my man, Detroit, number 9. He always calls up. Well, first off, for the record, I know I joke and I call them Detroit haters number, but they don't be hating like that. So, when we're not playing them. Sometimes they do. Like number 2, he's kind of hard to listen to sometimes. But the rest of them, they usually just want to talk basketball. Because listen, this is your first time here. I talk basketball on the show. I don't do the other antics. And I debate with other teams all the time. If y'all want that smoke. Matter of fact, I need a Cavaliers fan. I need a Boston Celtics fan. And I need anybody else. Anybody who's good that want to step in the ring. I would love to have Indiana, but they're just not good. Right? But before I get back to the calls, and if I miss your call, I'll get back to it. We got to continue getting the likes up, y'all. All right? We got to get the likes up. You know we have 100 like minimum. It's very important that we continue to smash the like button on the way in. If you're feeling the show, we have to let YouTube know that this is the place to be. And we're here every day, twice a day. All right? Every day, twice a day. Continue to smash that like button. Also, subscribe, because we know most of you guys are not subscribed. That's why we in subscriber only mode, right? So if you want to chat, just you might as well hit the subscribe button. You know, you hear all the time, last 28 days, 58.8% plus of you guys are not subscribed. We know that. So help us close the gap so YouTube knows where it's at. And also, we're on the road to 10,000 subs. We're going to be giving away, when we reach our first milestone on this quest, we'll be giving away this rare Jalen Brunson trading card, all right? So all you got to do is subscribe. No emails, no phone numbers, none of that. And bam, this is the card right here. I just got it today. I just picked it up today at the office. You see that? It's rare. Look at that. That's beautiful. You don't got to do nothing but subscribe. That's it. That's all. Just subscribe. Simple. Big time salute to everybody in the building. By the way, also, if you at work and you can't call up, right, you could definitely send in a super. And I'll respond to it in the place of a phone call. Because I know you guys are at work, the boss is tripping, you know, you want to add to the conversation, but you can't get on the phone. I understand. We all been there. All you got to do, you can send in a Cash App, super, Linktree, whatever you prefer. I mean, we have multiple options for you guys to support. Big time salute to my man, Mellow Mike. I see you in the chat. Big time salute. Let's continue to get the likes up, and I'm going to continue to take calls. Well, what do y'all think about that? Y'all doing, y'all going to trade Hart for Derek White, or would you trade Bridges for Derek White? Because that's something that we talked about before, but we could revisit that. And if I miss your call, I will call you back. So be prepared to answer, okay? In the order that I missed calls, I will return the calls, because sometimes we're in conversation, a lot going on, but I do want to make sure you guys get your calls off. So I will call back, all right? All right, let's see if this person answers. If not, we'll just move on. Okay, we'll move on. If you want to call back, you can. All right, let's make sure we're good on the super chat ends. All right, cool, bet. So I was trying to find this article, but I got this one right here. There's a big man that we had on our team that has been balling to the point where I'm like, yo, did we make a mistake? Did we make a mistake, Mr. Leon Rose? Bam. Jericho Sims. Okay, this is not the article I had, by the way. Hold on. But listen to this. All right, this is not the article I wanted. It was another article. I'm going to try to find it, because I hate when I can't find articles. It's just too much articles, y'all. Anyway, but just to show you, I just want y'all to look at some numbers for Jericho Sims. And we're going to talk about this bus game tonight. But just look at what this brother is doing. Sims started in 4 of the Bucks' last 5 games, and over that span, he's averaged 7.6 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 1.6 assists. By the way, this brother Jericho Sims has been passing the ball. Okay, passing the ball. What's going on, Joe? Joe from AC. What's the deal?
What's going on, man? How we doing today?
Everything is good, man. Sorry we missed you, but we got you on now. Where you want to go? We got a lot of topics, boy.
Well,
man, a lot going on.
I just wanted to chime in because I just heard you talking about Jericho Sims. Man, I loved watching him play on our team. I thought he was like a good talent. I thought he was like not up and coming, but he was young and he had a lot of upside. Yeah. He had good rebounding. I know he was kind of like Mitchell Robinson in the sense where he couldn't really score like that, but he was also a lob threat. So I like Jericho Sims. I thought he was good, but I just don't understand why this front office likes to give away all of our young, like, centers. Like, right now, I feel like we really need to fill up that center position. Like, we got rid of Achua, you know. Like, the front office, like, I don't understand where their head's at right now. Like, I really feel like we should have had some more prep for our center position. That's all I wanted to say. I just thought it was funny that you brought up Mr. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Taj?
No, the guy on the Bucks that you just put up.
Oh, Sims. Jericho Sims.
Oh,
yeah, we don't be talking about him.
Jericho Sims, yeah, So
he's been putting in work.
What other topics you got on tonight?
Man, listen, we talking about Josh Hart being the glue guy. Then the guy from Detroit called and said, would you trade Josh Hart for Derek White? Would you do that?
I like Derek White, but I don't know if I'm breaking up the Nova boys yet. That's a conversation, that involves Jalen Brunson, in my opinion, and he's the captain of our team. I don't think he wants to get rid of Josh. You remember when Josh came here and he jumped up and down? He was like, "Yes, I'm with my boy." I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's true.
That's going to be tough. I don't know what you think about that.
But we seen another Nova boy go who was actually a groomsman in his wedding. So if that Nova boy could go, I don't think Mikal was a groomsman at his wedding. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think Mikal was there. I'm sorry, I don't think he was. Not as a groomsman. So, listen,
well,
I'm gonna keep it real, Joe. No, go ahead. It's your call. Go ahead.
We always thought that Dante was coming back. We always thought that was going to be the kicker. Like, we're sending him out now, but he's coming back.
Don't put me in your group. I never thought that. Don't put me in your group.
Well, it was wishful thinking. It wasn't,
Yes, wishful thinking. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We always thought, Dante could come back and he'd kill it for us, and then we'd have the Nova boys together. There's a lot of Knicks fans that are still thinking,
Yeah, I know, and I got to tell y'all all the time, it's not happening.
Yeah, you're right.
The money is too tight. Oh boy, wait till y'all see the money this summer.
I'm glad you said that. Brunson wants to. Let me just say this one point, and then I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brunson wants to get paid, but who's going if he wants to stay? It's like he's doing the Knicks a huge favor by taking less money. That helps us out so much with signing other players. Now all of a sudden he wants to get paid, and it's like, Brunson, by you getting paid, like, you're not gonna have as much help. Just letting you know. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
You hit it on the nail, and we're gonna watch this drama series unfold. But thank you, man. I appreciate you, Joe. Great call.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Have a good
Big time. Oh man. I just want to say this to all you people who think that we get Dante back. Is not happening. I'm gonna be listen. Let me crush your hopes and dreams down. It's either we're gonna be a second apron team, which definitely will restrict any way Dante gets here, because now the trade that you would have to do for Dante would have to be 1-for-1, and you don't have 1-for-1 in salary right now with Dante. Right? So that's one. Two, you make the Giannis trade, and you can't add Dante as a contributing piece to the deal, which I don't know how you would do that, because all your resources is going to be expended to trying to get Giannis. It's not going to be to also add Dante in the deal, and that's if Minnesota would like to give Dante up, which is another key question. So, because he's under contract, he's not a free agent. So yeah, Dante's not happening. But 646-995-8389, and I'm gonna get into this Bucks game tonight too. But Jericho Sims has been balling, y'all. Yes, Jericho Sims has been balling, bro. I'm gonna show you what he's been doing recently in my breakdown. Let's see if this brother answers. Pick up. I will call you guys back. That's one thing about me. If I miss you, I'm gonna get you back on the line. Let's see. Person didn't answer. It's all good. Call back 646-995-8389. Just make sure I hit everybody back. Yep. Spoke to Detroit number 9. Okay. Bet. All right. Yeah. I called everybody back, and if you didn't get my call back, then you call back. All right. 646-995-8389. Before it gets too crazy, let me I'm gonna get back to Jericho Sims too. Oh, hold on, they calling. What's going on, caller? Let the people know your name and where you're calling from.
Solution. It's your boy 050 Bucks.
050.
Yes, sir. Bronx in New York.
Big time.
Let's go.
104.53 to be exact. It is.
Okay. All right. I represent. I knew who you were, by the way. I just wanted you to say it so the people could hear. What's going on, man? Where we going, family?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I might want you to take a roll with me on I-95 or something, man.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm with it.
What you think about going back to the big lineup for the rest of the season and sit Bridges down?
Yo, I almost choked on my water, bro. That's crazy. I thought you was gonna talk about Hart. You said sit Bridges. That's an interesting curveball that I never thought about.
You know, keep Hart, because I think Hart will play a better position than Bridges will anyway, and then throw Mitchell Robinson back in there.
Wow. I'm gonna need a chance to think about that. The only reason why I would say no is because I feel as though Towns and Mitch play better apart. Right? But it doesn't mean that it couldn't work. But, and then the other factor is we don't have enough time. And this is why I'm concerned. I'm not sure if you listened to the show yesterday when Josh Hart said, we still trying to figure out our identity. I'm like, huh? We only got 20-something games. Like, you can't be figuring out your identity in the postseason. So that's the only issue I really have with it. I'm keeping it real. Now, if this was like the first game of the season, go for it. But like game 60, bro.
I just think he'll play more aggressively on the second string than the first string. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at history, Cat do got history with playing with another big aside him for a whole season. So I think that'd be, you know, something that we make an engaged Cat back into the game. Just forget the offense, because it's no way, bro. Like, are you telling me that you are comfortable and you are excited that Cat only shot 5 times in that Cleveland game?
Hell, listen, bro. I lit fire under Mike Brown. And not just Mike Brown, the collaboration with he and Leon Rose, because he lets Leon Rose know what his lineups will be before the games. So
wow. I'm glad you said that. What you think about Mike Brown, man? You think it's time? That's it? It's time for him to go?
Nah, I can't get rid of him right now because, you know, we in the midst of a run and he still could do it. Like, we got time. But let me tell you something. We get to that second round and we start looking crazy. Yeah, he on that hot seat. Yeah, he on that hot seat. That Coach Tibbs hot seat. 100%. Yeah.
Right. I think it's some Mark Jackson conversations need to be had. But yo, man, salute to you. Keep winning, keep doing your thing, man. You already know I'm always tap in, man. You understand me?
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And I know who you are when you call, man. Big time.
All right. That's what's up. Keep winning, my guy.
No doubt. Sometimes I like to have people say their name when they call because they didn't call in a minute. So I just, let the people know. That's the only, there's a method to my madness why I do that. You know, doesn't mean I don't know. Because some times people like, yo, you don't know me? Like, nah, I do. I remember everybody who calls up, you know, frequently. But anyway, nonetheless, 646-995-8389. Now, one thing I didn't get a chance to say to my man 050 Bucks is that I don't have an issue with Bridges going to the bench. Like, let's let that marinate. Bridges could take himself to the bench. I don't care about that. He could go to the bench, but Mitch starting, that's what I'm like, But Shamit, like if you told me we gonna start Shamit, okay, I'm with it. But Mitch is just, I get where he's coming from, but the double big lineup hasn't yielded success. They were a minus the last time we seen them together. And also 5-7 overall. Josh Hart in the starting lineup, the record is phenomenal. I don't remember it off the top of the head, but it's phenomenal. The record with Hart in the starting lineup. So would it work with him and Mitch? I don't know, but I'm interested in Shamit. That kind of left me with some intrigue. How about Jeremy Sohan? Yeah, I'm going there. Hold up. You know why? You know why I would be willing to start Sohan? I know he can't shoot, and I know it's going to make it a little bit harder, but you can't play him with Mitchell Robinson. Can't play Sohan. So I'd rather put Bridges with Mitch and let them run the pick and roll and start Sohan and let him just defend everybody. Just tell us, yeah, Sohan, you guarding Trae Young, you guarding Maxey, you guarding Kawhi, you're guarding. Let him, and then put OG off the ball. That's what I would do. 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion, but make sure you guys smash that like button. What's going on, caller? Let the people know your name and where you're calling from.
What's good? Antonio from Jersey. Calling out a job.
Antonio from Jersey. Big time. Where we going, Antonio?
I want to talk about Josh Hart. Josh Hart in general. Or the team in general about Josh Hart.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that. I think this season, I think they got to make a decision on Josh Hart, because I think like the locker room, they don't have like the unity and all of that, the brotherhood and all of that. And I feel like when I watch your team, like they got a lot of locker room issues. And I think before you could even think about talking about anything about winning a championship, like you got to have a locker room, right? You got to have like everybody got to be on a brotherhood type of thing. And I feel like there's like two different Knicks in the locker room, and I think that's a problem. I think you got Josh Hart. He's just a real strong personality type dude. And first of all, you got the Villanova Knicks. That's one part of the Knicks section, and then you got the Towns part of the Knicks. And I feel like I feel like you have to get rid of either Josh Hart. I'm gonna just say straight up, you gotta get rid of Josh Hart or Karl-Anthony Towns, because them two dudes can't play together. You know what I'm saying? They can't play together. And Brunson is not a good leader. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Josh Hart is really the leader of that team.
Oh, you going there today? I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, continue.
Nah, I'm not. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm saying. I'm seeing, because like Josh Hart, he has a real strong personality, and like I feel like he controls a lot of things that's going on. I feel like Brunson kind of like his mind is kind of wherever Josh Hart goes to, who he doesn't like, plays he don't like or whatever. Brunson kind of goes to wherever Josh Hart going, and I feel like that's too big of a distraction for a team that, you know what I mean, want to go all the way. You got to have your locker room straight. And I feel like the coach, that's the only thing I'll give about Tibbs, is that he was able to keep all of them together. Like he was able to keep the rookies together, even though he wasn't good at like playing the rookies, he was good at keeping them together. And I feel like Brown he's kind of more connected with the Villanova Knicks when it comes to like the whole overall team. I feel like he's kind of on that side. I don't see him like real connected with Towns at all. Like I don't see that. And I think you have to get rid of him.
Right there, we agree on. I think Towns and Brown, not eye to eye at all.
Right. Yep. Yeah, you could tell. That's why he called them out in one of the losses they had. And you know, that's bad, because like Josh Hart did the same thing. And you gotta remember the coach is supposed to be an extension of your team. So if he's your personality. So if one of your coaches call out one of your players, another player is gonna do the same thing, and that's when you know, like that's not, I can't win like that. It made me think about the 2004 Lakers and shit with Kobe and Shaq. Like they had to get rid of one of them. They had to get. I feel like that was a contributing factor. I don't want to say it's a whole factor, but I feel like Kobe and Shaq at the end of that year, they had to get rid of them, because that was a issue in the locker room. So they had to get rid of one of them to even go into like, oh, we're gonna win a championship, we're gonna get a coach. They gotta settle. They gotta be all together. Like Pistons, like how the Pistons is playing right now. Them dudes is a brotherhood right now. Like they sticking together. They running off the bench for each other. You know what I'm saying? Fighting, all that. Like
you know what? Great, look, bro. Great call. You added some other elements to the table. I didn't know where you were going, but you went there, bro. I'm riding with the call. I think you hit on some things that are glaring issues. And when Hart said what he said yesterday, I think he opened it up for exactly what you said, man. I appreciate you, brother. Great call.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they gotta make a choice, man. You gotta say, you want trying to win, you gotta get rid of Cat, or you got to get, or you know what I mean, or Josh Hart.
Josh
You know what I'm
Hart.
saying?
Wow.
He doing too much. He doing too much. That whole finger poke thing and all of
Yeah,
that, man. It's like,
Whoa, we don't condone that at all. Like, what are we doing? I'm riding with that point, brother. Thank you, man. I got your name and number locked in as well. Big time.
all right, bro. Appreciate that.
All right. Salute. Nah, yo, let me tell you something. Usually I would have gave pushback on the chemistry issues, but the reason why I'm not is because what the hell is Josh Hart talking about yesterday when he says we still figured out our identity? Because you could really look at it like there's an issue in the locker room, or definitely an issue with Mike Brown. Because if you really look at the quote, you could take that as a Coach Brown slight. I didn't want to go with that angle yesterday, but you know what? Just to bridge it in with this topic that I want to talk about, and then we're going to get to the breaking down the Bucks. But I told you about Jericho Sims, and we're going to talk about the Bucks. But listen, I didn't get a chance to discuss this, and I want to badly, so we going there. So Mike Brown, he says that he still believes we could win a title, but he sees what's holding them back. This is something I really wanted to address, but we didn't get a chance to because there was a lot going on. He says, I truly believe that we're a championship team, right? Now, having said that, there are things that have to go right. You got to be playing the best basketball. You have to be connected, right? The things that I talk about, you got to sacrifice. Who is he talking to? Now, I tried to give Mike Brown a pass earlier and say, well, you know, he's direct because he did take a direct shot at Towns for not getting back on defense. But then you got to think about it. Is he really direct? Because there's a lot of things we see that he doesn't call it out. Like Mikal Bridges disappearing acts. He's never called out Mikal for disappearing. He sat him in the fourth quarter. Okay, if that's your response, we'll take that. But who is he talking about? You got to sacrifice. Listen to this. If you got guys on your team that aren't sacrificing, you could be in trouble because it'll mess with your connectivity, which is huge. So who is that? That's the mystery to me. Who is that? He's talking about somebody. Don't give me that I'm speaking in general. That right there is too, and if you can't see it, my fault. That to me is too direct while being indirect at the same time. If you got guys on your team that aren't sacrificing, you could be in trouble because it'll mess with your connectivity. Who is not sacrificing? That is not the usual, oh yeah, we got to get it done. We got to move the ball and you pass the ball, you know, you get the shot. And no, he's talking about people ain't sacrificing. Do we have an ego problem? 646-995-8389. What's going on, Snipes?
What's happening, brother?
Hey, man, talk to me, brother. We talking about Mike Brown. We talking about Josh Hart. It's a lot. Where you want to go?
I want to ask you this. Who do you think, like, you know, when you take over an office, you got a second in charge. Who do you think is second in charge of the coaching staff?
Oh, Lord. My dad's going to love this. He's the OG Knicks fan. He calls in sometimes. He actually has a rant on the 24-hour show we did.
Yeah.
And he thinks Rick Brunson is a cancer to this thing. He went off for like
I think
17 minutes.
I think he's puppeteering. I think Brown came in and they said, hey, talk to Rick. And I think Cat doesn't play Rick Brunson type ball. Because you see the way you see the way Rick raised Jalen in that little snippet video from a minute ago. He don't do that crybaby stuff. And so I think it's Rick who's putting that bug in the air, like, hey, we're not doing the Cat thing. I think he don't like the money that Cat's making. I don't think he likes the gameplay that Cat's making versus his son. I think he don't like his son being outshined by Cat.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Man, that's deep. That is a deep accusation.
Like the boy said earlier,
wow.
it feels like it's two teams. It do feel like a two team. Feel like it's Nova Boys versus everybody else.
Wow. I can't even argue it. I'm not sure if you heard the quote I just read from Mike Brown. He said, listen to what he said. I'll pause your time. Look, this is what he said. He said, there are things that have to go right. You got to be playing your best basketball. You have to be connected. The things that I talk about, you got to sacrifice. If you got guys on your team that aren't sacrificing, you could be in trouble because it'll mess with your connectivity.
Yeah.
Who is he talking about?
I think he's talking to Cat, man. And I don't know what Cat needs to sacrifice. I don't know what sacrifice Cat needs to make. You know what I mean? But I think we got a little drama. I think we got a little drama, girls.
We got drama.
Like, we got drama. Cause like even when Cat first got there, I remember when Josh Hart said, yeah, we got people coming in with their own personal agendas and we can't be happy. I don't forget that. And I don't forget where DiVincenzo went at it with Rick, because I think he be puppeteering. You know, that's what happens when they let you run the show.
That's a fact. Man, that was sad. And, they try to say, oh, we squashed it, but it was sad.
It was sad. Yeah, I mean, I do believe it was squashed, but it was sad, and it was sad for a reason. It was sad on the court at the free throw line.
At the free throw line, yes.
Like he really need to get that off his chest.
Yes. So, when Josh Hart, to me, really, this article as well that I'm reading, but Josh Hart, to me, opened the can of worms when he said we don't have an identity and we got to figure it out, and you got 20 games left.
Yeah, no,
that's
silliness. I've heard a lot of great takes today, and that's silly.
Man, trouble in paradise.
I think it's a Rick Brunson problem, and I just think we got to figure out how to make it mesh. Oh, and the double big thing. I think the double big works. We just need the facilitators on the court. The double big works when we have Jose on the court and when we have Tyler on the court. It always works. You notice that's when the lobs go up. Who's throwing the lobs? It ain't Brunson. And that's not Brunson's fault though, because remember, Mitch had like 10 thumbs when Brunson first got there. He tried to throw the lobs, and Mitch kept dropping them. He kept dropping the ball.
That's true.
Giving my boy turnovers. So I think the double big works. We just need the right people on the court to facilitate it.
That's a good point. We hadn't seen it, so maybe that's the case, man. I appreciate you, Snipes. Great call.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
Great call.
Stay
Big
blessed,
time.
bro.
Thank you. You as well. Wow. As far as the double big lineup, I just got to clarify something really quickly, right? So the reason why I don't think it's going to work, even if you had the facilitators, is that Towns needs spacing. Mitchell Robinson clogs up the spacing. What's going on, Rock? ATL in the building. Hey, man.
Hey, what's good, man?
Yo, it's getting a little spooky out here. We in the woods right now. You know what I mean? Everybody thinking there's a trouble in paradise. Where we going, Rock? Where we going?
I'm gonna dip into put my toe into this. Did you see a clip that was online about Jalen was in the hall and he passed Ant-Man. He said, yo, man, take care of my boy, man. He's talking about Carl said no, Cat. And he said, yo, respect my boy, man. I'm gonna have to come and do something over there. You remember hearing that?
Wait a minute, that was during All-Star, right?
Yeah, during the All-Star game.
I probably seen it, but oh man, really?
Yeah,
interesting.
So that translates to Cat complaining to Ant-Man that he being disrespected, and Ant-Man got his back. And I think just where everybody's going about the Nova Boys, they on some Mean Girls stuff, like the movie Mean Girls.
Wow.
So
yikes.
And you hate to call a man a girl, but if you're acting like girls, you're the mean girls. That's what it is. So I think in everybody's best interest, maybe we need to uproot the Nova Boys. They're not ineffective anyway. I mean, Bridges don't want want no physical contact, and he don't want
at all.
Yeah, at all. You know what I'm saying? If a wind start blowing, he running inside the house.
Facts.
And then Josh Hart, he doesn't have the same effectiveness over the last two injuries. If you notice, you don't feel that spark when in the game when he's there, like he used to have.
That's a good point. The numbers also back that. Like his numbers have dropped. I do have to admit that. since he's been a starter in the line. We still having the success, but his numbers have dropped. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and then the dad is on the coaching staff. That can be good. You know what I'm saying? So even if JB's in the wrong, he's always gonna get backed by his dad. So maybe everybody needs to be ripped out of there, man. But Coach Brown, he's not gonna. You know what it is? He's not gonna step on any toes because he's afraid to. Because I heard that he stepped on toes in Sacramento when the locker room turned against him, and they got him up out of there. So he's
got him up.
He's walking on eggshells. He has to be reinforced by Leon and say, "Yo, man, you the boss, and that's it. What you say goes. I got your back." Maybe they ain't do that yet.
No, maybe the players have the real influence. They got Tibbs fired.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's also trailing on that line too. Like I'm not trying to do, but you got Towns. What's up with that? Rock. It's a lot, man. This is becoming a soap opera, man. Like what the hell's going on? I just want to talk basketball.
Yo, man, they got Atlanta Housewives, and it's not even Atlanta.
We got Atlanta. Oh my God, what the hell is going on? But it's hard to argue it when Josh Hart puts out the statement he puts out, then Mike Brown puts out this statement. How could I defend it when they talking in the media?
Mm-hmm.
They all talking in the media, bro. Like it's hard to like. What else are we gonna do?
I want to make a correction to the guy that was on before me. When he was arguing, he wasn't arguing at Rick Brunson. He was arguing at Tibbs. And Rick Brunson came in to say, "Yo, slow it down, calm it down." So it was directed at Tibbs because I think he probably looked at it like Tibbs was involved with getting him out of there because Tibbs got a connection with Cat and he wanted Cat on the team. Maybe that's how Dante looked at it. But they should have never got rid of Dante because he had that fire, man. You imagine Dante and GTA.
Man, listen, this is why, Rock, I think about this every day. What if we would have had the 4 Nova boys with Randall, and because we saw them go 12-2, and we kept all of them, and now they continue that run.
Bro, let me give you a more realistic, because like I said, go back to KD. We didn't do that trade for Cat, and then we got KD. And we still had Dante and Jalen Brunson in the backcourt. Yo, there's no more reliable scorer on this planet than KD, man.
That's a fact.
You buckle down, you need a bucket, it's right there.
That's a fact, man.
All that rushing to Jalen is over. You throwing it over to the left wing, to the elbow, it's a wrap.
Man, you cooking with hot grease, man. I appreciate you, Rock, man. Great call. Man, and this show has taken a different direction. Damn. But it's all good. We riding. I appreciate you, Rock.
They're going to do a movie about it one day. We'll see it then. 20 years from now.
Or a book. One of the two.
Yeah, one of them.
And Tibbs is going to write it. Watch.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Big time. Yo, big time salute to Rock, man. Yo, smash that like button on the way in. I'm going to get back to the call. And I got to get into this game. But we don't got 100 likes yet. This is unacceptable, man. What are we doing around here? We got to continue to smash that like button. All right? We on a mission, man. We only do 100 likes minimum. But the goal is always 300 likes. So once we get to 100, we still got to continue to smash that like button. Do appreciate all the supporters thus far who's rocking out and supporting the channel. We appreciate it. Also, you guys might want to subscribe because when we hit our next milestone, 5K, we will be giving away this rookie rare. I got to keep adding the rare rookie card, okay, from Jalen Brunson. It's very rare. And bam, the card is right here. I just picked it up at the office today. See that? This is fire, dog. Look at that. You don't got no emails, okay? No emails, no phone numbers. Just subscribe, all right? And after this call, I'm going to jump into, I'm going to tell you about this game tonight. I'm looking forward to the game. Hopefully, we get a win despite all the drama, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Big time drama show.
Hello.
What's going on, Force? How's it going,
Oh,
brother? Where
it's
we
good,
going?
man.
Where we going, man?
Man.
Let's talk.
Let's talk
crazy
about
today.
this. It's crazy today. Let's talk about Brunson and everything, man.
Okay,
you know,
let's go.
The Villanova boys, they bullying cats, son. Okay, and I'm getting tired of everybody saying Brunson is the greatest Knick coming. Okay, now,
hey, let's go.
Even when Brunson get double teamed, he don't pass the ball. Even when he get double teamed, he don't pass the ball. You 6 foot, bro, and you don't pass the ball. You can't see over nobody. You know, and Rick Brunson, he need to be off my squad too, dog. Okay, I love the Knicks, man. Rick Brunson, I'm gonna tell you this, and I watched this thing on an interview with Jalen. He said, "Hey, my best friend Dante got traded. I didn't want him to get traded. I called Cap, bruh, because if we still had Julius Randle, he gonna get his shot. He ain't Cap. He gonna shoot the ball.
That's a
you
fact.
You can't just thumb Randle off like, oh no, Randle gonna get his shot and look at you like, hey." Pass the ball. So we sacrificed Dante to get rid of Randle. Okay? And Brunson is shooting too much, man. Like, we fall in love because we ain't had nobody in the minute, son. You feel me? We ain't had nobody in the minute.
That's a fact.
So,
That's
like, hey, he going to bring us back. You know what I mean? But he's shooting too much, man. And when the other night, and Mike Brown got to go. Okay? Mike Brown, if you're going to check Carl, see, Towns is easy one. Like when Cat was in Minnesota, he let Ant take over. So this is the easiest superstar for Jalen Brunson to be with. Mike Brown, you gonna call out Cat, and then you see Brunson shoot him and Bridges shooting up brick after brick. Cat 5 for 5, and you ain't calling no time. I said, yo, give my man the ball. What's up, son?
Great point.
You know what I mean? What's up, son? Because Mike Brown, you can't play favorites. Okay, you got fired in Sacramento with Darren Fox. So you looking at Brunson like, oh, I gotta do whatever Brunson say. Wait a minute, though. We trying to win. I wasn't even born when we won, son. We trying to win.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So what's best? I'm getting tired of these Villanova boys punking Cat too. Okay? I'm gonna tell you this right now. I trade all the Villanova boys for Giannis and his brother, and the Knicks will win. And the Knicks will win hand down. Okay? Because Brunson, Josh Hart, they all bullying Cat because they boys. I don't see Josh Hart talking about Cat. Oh, he don't need no shots. What about when Bridges 2 for 20? I ain't no smoke for Bridges. You're going to tell Cat, oh, I want him to rebound and block shot. Cat is the easiest superstar to work with because he don't start nothing. He say the right things in the media. He don't start no smoke. And Cat can shoot it, okay? And Mike Brown, you try not to get fired, but you ain't going to get another job if the Knicks don't make it, son. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And Josh Hart, they own Cat like right on right, son. You know what I mean? They all bullied him. Like, Mikal Bridges, we gave up 5 picks for you. Okay, all we gave up was Randle and 1 first-round pick for Cat and Dante. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And Bridges out there shooting all time. And Brunson, you wanted your boys there because you're the best for the other Villanova boys. So don't tell me that you didn't want Dante to be there. Dante was about to be a star in New York, son. That tough grit, that NYC. You know what I'm talking about? Dante don't take no stuff. And Dante can shoot better than Brunson with the 3-ball. Okay? And playing some defense.
Yo, you cooking with hot grease, brother. Listen, man.
I don't subscribe to your channel, son. I'm feeling it. I'm out here in Phoenix getting smashed, by Nick Giro. I got a defender NYC every time I go out.
Right.
Let's
go.
Let's go. But yeah, we just got to make some move. I don't think Brown's gonna make it. If we don't make it to the finals, man, if Dolan, he had been playing his little band, letting things go. We had Thibodeau. Now he done came downstairs, fired Thibodeau, because I believe Bridges had something to do with it, all the players.
Of course.
So right? So Tibbs is gone. And I get it. You're going to take 5 years to Tibbs. I get that. Because Tibbs ain't going to change. He's going to play the same people. He going to run those plays. I mean, when Tibbs was coaching and Josh Hart and him, when they was playing the Warriors, Josh Hart said, Tibbs, that ain't working. Tibbs said, shut the hell up. This is what you're going to do. Right. Tibbs will not change. But Mike Brown too soft. He just giving everything to Brunson. Call a time out and say, look, if y'all don't listen, if you don't throw the ball to Cat, get out the game. When you seen Thibodeau tell Derrick Rose MVP to sit down right here, son, you need some type of coach like that, Playboy.
Man, you listen, listen, you cooking with hot grease, man. I appreciate the call, brother.
You love, man.
You brought the energy today. Big time.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
Everywhere. Everywhere. We taking on anybody everywhere.
We can't be stopped.
That's a fact. Big time. Hey, yo, the calls are on fire. Y'all are on one today, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This might be one of the best call-up shows that we had. I can't even push back on nothing, bro. I can't defend it. Because Just look at the comments. Look at the article. I didn't even finish the article. I could have just stayed there. His solution is guys are not sacrificing. Wow. I don't know, Mike Brown. I don't know, but look, I'm gonna break down this game before I take some more calls, man. I appreciate the support, man. This is the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. It sort of became the lunch show because this gets good. Because I'm a vampire, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I had to be somewhere. I had to be out the house by 10 o'clock. I still went to bed at 4. I made it on time though. Suited me to be here on time. So I'm a vampire, man. The early mornings it's very difficult, man. And you know what it is too, right? I like to operate at night because that's when the fam is asleep. You feel me? They all out. So that's the time where you get to operate. I'm getting a lot of stuff done. But then I gotta get up early. Oh man. So big time. But look, I'm gonna talk about this game. I gotta talk about the game tonight. Jericho Sims has been balling out of his mind. Jericho Sims. Let me tell you something. Man, the brother is playing way better. Way 100,000% better than he did when he was with the Knicks. And he had double-doubles. I think he had a 6-assist night. Hold on. I can't find the article that I wanted to share, but let me just show you. I'm gonna go to the individual Jericho Sims stats. By the way, unfortunately, I had to watch 6 Milwaukee Bucks game to go get you this guy's insight to really keep up with them. Because if you hadn't watched Milwaukee in a while, they're a completely different team. The Bucks are not the same team from when we first saw them the first 2 games. So I just took my 82 nights. I looked, I said, oh yeah, they ain't even got the same damn team. I just did that. I just got rid of it because this team is way different from when we last saw them. And I'm gonna give you all the stats and all the things. You know how I do when I do my breakdowns. But look, I just want to show you the numbers that this guy's putting up. It's phenomenal. Like I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw him pass. Literally, to all my hardcore Knicks fans, right? Who've been watching the Knicks, who really watch the Knicks. When's the last time you saw Jericho Sims get 2 assists in a row? 2 assists. I'm talking about he gets the ball in the action, right? It's a break in the play. So now you can't run the action. He takes 2 dribbles, sees Bobby Portis flashes for the 3, hits him for the 3, he gets the 3. Then the next play, it was another 3, but it wasn't Portis. I'm trying to remember who it was. But anyway, when's the last time you seen Jericho Sims do that? When's the last time you seen Jericho Sims make a play off a broken play? Because I'm telling you right now, if it happened, it rarely happened. I seen this brother Jericho Sims do this deliberately. Deliberately. Make sure you guys can see this. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Make an adjustment. I feel like I'm on top of the... All right, you should be able to see it now. Look at this brother's numbers in the last... This to stay in the last couple of games. Double-double, 11 and 11. 8 and 4. Okay? They got blown out against Toronto. So that game was kind of over in the 4th quarter. Right? This game here was, wasn't the greatest game, but he did have 6 rebounds. All right? Because he actually... Okay. I'm going to get to the point in time that in the article I wanted to point out. But he went back to the bench, by the way. So when he had the 11 and 11, he did that off the bench. Yeah, he did that off the bench. He didn't start. And he's been closing games. Miles Turner is on the bench. Think about it. When Jericho Sims was the lead backup last year with Towns, if Towns wasn't on foul trouble, could you tell me a time when you saw Jericho Sims closing the game? Like deliberately, he did it multiple. It didn't just happen one time. It happened damn near every time except the Toronto game and the New Orleans game. I think he did close out the the New Orleans game because it was blowouts. But I'm talking about like he's in the thick of the action. Now, the OKC game, I don't really rate it too high because, you know, SGA wasn't there, Ed Williams wasn't there. Not to make no excuses, but, you know, they didn't beat like they didn't beat the healthy OKC. They beat the Magic. Look at his numbers against the Magic. 17 and 11. 17 and 11. 2 assists. By the way, in that Miami game, he had 5 assists. This was the game I was telling you about where he had 2 assists in a row. Jericho Sims has been balling. Leon Rose, the great Leon Rose. Did you make another mistake? I ain't gonna lie. I love Ariel Hukporti. I think he has an opportunity to be solid. But the way Jericho Sims is looking right now, I would rather have Jericho Sims. I'm just keeping it real, New York City. And it is not an indictment to Ariel. It really isn't. It's just that this dude is a super athlete, though. I got a special show on Monday. I'm just going to tip y'all off. If you admit yet, you're going to be very upset. But I don't care. Somebody went there with me. They try to play a game like I don't know about stats. I know about stats. When I say I'm Stat Master Miyagi, I am Stat Master Miyagi. It's not because I know all the stats. It's because I know how to apply all the stats. I could tell you, don't look at that and give you the reason why. See, that's the difference. Because people running around here, they're going to tell you about defensive rating, but nobody ever talks about offensive rating. When we talk about offense, we look at points. Why don't we look at offensive rating on our offense? Why don't we care about that? Why do we only care about the efficiency rating on defense? Anyway, that's Jericho Sims. But to get to the game, this is a positive right here. Why I'm confident that the Knicks will get a win. I'm not going to promise a blowout. The Milwaukee Bucks are 8-2 in their last 10 games, and they're 5-1 at home during that same span. By the way, we're on the road. We're in Milwaukee. Okay? So to be a -8.5, and if you don't know what the -8.5 means, all that means is that we're the favorite. That's it. But to be that on the road, even though this is not a great team, but this is a team that's playing. And listen, Vegas does not want to lose money. I'm not saying just because we're -8.5, we're going to win. I'm just saying they don't like to lose money. Like if the Bucks have a shot at winning this game, we will not be -8.5. Right? You could easily be a -2.5 and still be a favorite. That's a good favorite. But to be -8.5, it says that Vegas is very confident that we'll get this win. They're very confident. As far as, this is the leading scorers, right, for the year, because Giannis isn't there. But, I don't just do this. I'm not going to just look at the whole season. No, I got to watch the games, and I got to see what you're doing now. Because if I just look at this, oh, man, this is how you get cooked, right, on a mic. Like, if you was debating a Bucks fan, and you'd be like, yo, man, your highest scorer without Giannis averages 17. Brunson averages 26. Yeah, we going to cook you. That's surface level stuff. I want to know, well, if Rollins is averaging 17 on the year, he has to be averaging more now that Giannis is not there. What is Rollins averaging? And I could tell you that. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Got notes everywhere, man. I'm not even going to talk about game 1 and game. Like, it's completely pointless to talk about game 1 and game 2. Just make sure I got everything I need. While I'm cooking on this mic and I'm going to tell you about this game, continue to smash that like button. It's important. In the last 10 games, my man Ryan Rollins, he's not my man, but Ryan Rollins, he's averaging 21.4 points per game. So he's picked up his scoring during this 8-2 run. And he also is averaging 5.3 assists a game, which is similar to the 5.4. So you need confluence to know what guys are doing in real time. We can't just go back to the past, or we can't just look at the season overall, rather, and say, well, this person is doing this. Hold on, I think it is super. I know I did. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Big time salute to Mr. Knicks 101. He says, is it me or has OG not lived up to his contract? Ooh. Hold on. I got to answer that super chat. And I come out of research mode. You know, that's a great question. Because it depends on what your expectations are for a player of his caliber. He is the third option on the team. We've seen third options get that much money. I mean, we've seen Desmond Bane, I think, got 160, right? Which puts you around 200 for 5. We've seen who else we seen? There's somebody else. There's another name. Oh, Porter Jr. from Denver. He got the bag. So if I'm basing it off of those guys, I gave you one who won the championship. I gave you another who didn't win the championship, who was on a bad team. I think that the money justifies, because he's giving you 16 a game. Hold on. We could pull it up really quickly. I think OG is giving you 16 a game. That's like a typical third option. Like, I don't think he's not doing nothing that typical third options don't do. 16 a game, not enough rebounds. We know that if he qualifies, he would be in the, matter of fact, how many games? We had 60. He still could make the All-NBA defensive team. So, like, if he plays every game, like, if he just plays out, I think he has a great shot to be on the All-NBA defensive team. So you add, not that the defense gets you paid, but it is an accolade that he can put in front of your face. Well, I made the All-NBA defensive team, and I'm the third option on your team, which would make, at least at the worst, make me a 3-and-D guy, one of the more elite 3-and-D guys. Now, his shooting is not the greatest overall, but he shoots great from the corners. But overall, it's not that great. Let me see how you get into the line. Yeah, 3.4. So he's still in the threes. I would say, you know what, Mr. Knicks, I get where you're coming from, but I definitely think that he deserves it. I would say he deserves it. And I'll be back with the rest of the breakdown after these messages. All right.
Hey y'all, it's Maxine, the super producer of the Objective Knicks Fan channel. If you're a creator, a business owner, or have a story to tell, this is your chance to get in front of thousands of passionate Knicks fans. Our live streams routinely hit 7,000 viewers, and some videos have even done 18,000 views. The channel just keeps blowing up, so it's time to grow with us. We've got high impact ad spots that play multiple times during the show, and the business spotlight where you talk directly with Karan Pierre, share your story, and get your name, logo, and links promoted across all socials. If you're ready to get seen, known, and grow your audience, email info@thisweekinsidetheknicks.com.
Big time salute to Maxine, the super producer, for that message. I'm sorry, I got like a little cold and I had to clear my throat, but I'm back. I am back. But yeah, I think that I get where you're coming from, Mr. Knicks, but I think that he fits. I think that he definitely fits his salary. I don't think that his salary outweighs his performance, because he does do a lot. And when he's on, he's on. It's just that some nights he ain't going to have it and it's going to look really bad. And I get it. So because of that, that's why you're saying that. But if we don't got like an elite point guard, he really gets, you know, like if it's not a smaller guard, like he guards are like Cade and those type of guys, SGA, right? But he gets a lot of tough assignments, man. He does a lot defensively that go unnoticed. But I get your point. I hear you. to bring it back to the Bucks, so that's what Ryan Rollins is doing, but he is not the leading scorer on the team. So this is why you can't just come to ESPN. You can't be a box score warrior. You have to watch the games. You have to do your research. The leading scorer in the last 10 games is Porter Jr. All right. Now let me show you something about Porter Jr. I'll put his numbers on the screen too. This kid, let me tell you something. Last year, besides Luka, the Milwaukee Bucks got the steal of the year, trading Beauchamp, who was in our G League system. They traded Beauchamp for Porter Jr. That's what they did. All right. Let me show you this brother's numbers on the screen. This brother right here, Kevin Porter Jr., is a ball player. His numbers don't show up on ESPN because he only played 32 games. He also had injuries. We didn't see Kevin Porter Jr. the first time, I don't think. Hold on. I'm going to go to the loss. I don't think he played the second game either, to be honest. I don't remember him in the second game. Hold on. 2 seconds. I'll pull it up. This is why I stay in research mode. We don't fib. We don't fake nothing on the mic. We don't fib. We don't fake nothing. No, he didn't play. Matter of fact, he came back the game after that. So, yeah, this is his number. But look at the brother's numbers in the last 10 games. 20, 32, 21, 25. He had a bad night against OKC, but it didn't matter. They got the blowout win. 18, 28, 23. Okay? 18. The brother has been balling. I'm not going to stop there. Look at the assists. 9, 8, 7, 11, 7, 7, 10, 7, 5. He is the point guard on this team, not Ryan Rollins. By the way, Rollins, to go with his 5.3 assists a game, he's averaging 4.1 turnovers. Oh, they love to turn the ball over in Milwaukee. Oh, do they love to turn the ball over there, boy. Let me tell you, the one team that if you turn the ball over, that will get you, and that is the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors thrive off turnovers. I think they turned them over like 18 times. Hold on, I'm going to give you the number. I can't wait. Man, I'm doing so much, y'all. When y'all see some of the stuff I'm working on, straight fire. No, I wrote it down. Let's see. 17 turnovers. 17 turnovers. They turned them over. You know what Toronto do? They turn you over, they get out. But this time, and this could be an advantage for the Knicks. Okay? I don't got their rankings on the screen. I could do it if you want to see it. I could do it. Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna put their rankings on the screen, okay? So you guys can see where they currently rank and what I'm seeing. But yeah, they're one of the worst 3-point defenses out there. Even during this last stretch, they ranked 20th overall in opponent 3-point percentage. Okay. In the last 10 games, you know, they have improved 1 percentage point. So they're defending the 3-ball a little better. They're giving up 35.1%, which is a little better, but the Toronto Raptors lit them up. This is why you can't just watch stats. Anybody who knows about Toronto, and y'all should know because I covered them. I don't think we did a blue and orange brunch, but I probably did a preview. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I watched Toronto, okay? Toronto, they shoot the least amount of threes. When I'm telling you that Toronto had 11 threes at the 5-minute mark to go in the third quarter against this team, I said, oh, man. This could be an opportunity because the Knicks, contrary to popular belief, people don't think we can knock down the 3-ball. I don't know what you have been watching. You know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. People, they have short-term memory. And they don't notice. Like a lot of times, people don't notice when you do good. They only focus on the bad stuff. And this is why I do what I do, because I cover all of my bases. So like 3-point guard lineup, right? I had to be the objective fan. I said, yo, I hate the lineup and I know the problems, but why do they keep running the line? It has to be a reason why they're running this lineup. I don't think I've ever seen the 3-point guard lineup a minus. Always a positive. It might be +1. It might be. And I think these are some of the subtle things they're looking at when they're playing certain guys. And just to show you how on point I am, I'm going to make a prediction. Now, it don't mean I'm going to be right, but listen to the logics. I don't think I factored in this last. No, I did. Sohan has been with the Knicks 4 games, right? He's played with Mitchell Robinson in 2 games. They have a minus. My prediction is that you're not going to be able to play Sohan and Mitch together. Just remember, I said that on this show, and we will analyze that going forward. That's why I even said that, hey, if you want to take Bridges out of the starting lineup, I would put Sohan in the starting lineup just to separate him from Mitch. That's it. That's the only reason why I would do that. Nonetheless, to bring it back to the game that we have tonight. So when we're talking about scoring, this is why you can't just look at this, because you'll look at their scoring, you'll say, and hold on. Let me make sure you can see it. Oh, damn, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, but we do got the $5 callback. I'm glad I did this by accident. I didn't mean to do it. But if you send in a super chat, all right, to the objective fan on the super chat or the link tree, you can call back, just to let you know that option is available. I didn't want to click that, but I just wanted to make sure y'all could see this, and then that screen popped up. It keeps doing it. I can't, hold on. What's going on? I can't minimize the screen. All right. Let me not use keywords. Let me just do it like this. Okay, cool. Okay, now you can see it. Okay. So now when you're looking at stats, right? You shouldn't look at this and say, well, the Milwaukee Bucks, they don't score and they're -3 on the year. Looking at differential, right? They're -3 on the year. So we're going to get buckets. In the last 10 games, the Milwaukee Bucks have been averaging 118.1 points per game. That puts them at 9th in overall during that stretch. And they're also a +5.7. This team has been getting buckets, y'all. And I'm telling you right now, when you go right here and you just look at all of these bucket getters, look at how many double-digit scorers they got. Can y'all see that? Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can see it. All right. Look at all the double-digit scorers they got. They got 8. 8. They got 8 guys that could get buckets if you count Giannis. 7 without Giannis. They got more double-digit scorers than the Detroit Pistons. Facts. And to speak about Giannis, overall without Giannis, they are 11-17 without him. But here's what you're missing when you look at that. They started out 1-5. So in the first 6 games without Giannis, they had 4 losses. Ever since then, they've been 10-12. But if you look at the last 10 games of that 22-game stretch, they've been 8-2. They are playing better. They have evolved. They are a different team. They have bucket getters. Doesn't mean we're not going to win tonight. I'm just keeping it real with you. They have bucket. You could laugh at Milwaukee. You could trash them. Oh, they trash. Oh, they not good. In the last 10. Okay, look. So look, this is what y'all look at, right? Oh, but look. Hold up. Me zoom in it. I could zoom in a little bit. Hold on. Let me zoom in. Hold on. Let me not do keywords. To all my people that use computers, you know, like you could trick your computer out with like shortcuts and stuff like that. That's how my computer's set up. But sometimes when you in different apps, different windows, different, you know, they have different functionality. You got to be careful with that. So let me just click. But look, when you look at their offensive rating, right? Oh, they bottom 10 in offensive rating. Look at them, 114. That's it. Oh, look at their net rating. They're minus 3.2, right? In the last 10 games, they're third in offensive rating. Without Giannis, last 10 games, and they're plus 6.4. Their offense rating is 120.6. That puts them at third in the league. They get buckets. I'm telling you, they get buckets, bro. Kevin Porter Jr. is so nice. I almost put him in my players to watch. So look to everybody, if you got one of these, get you one of these. Get you one of these, right? There's a section in here. This is a journal, okay? There's a section in here called Players to Watch. I'm going to revisit this. Like, in the next 5 years, I'm going to do shows where we're going to go back, like, to people who bought the journal back in 2026, and we're going to just look at your players to watch section. And I'm going to be asking you, who did you have in your players to watch section back in 2026? I almost put Kevin Porter in there. Now, I usually say my players to watch section for like new guys, like guys that's like within 3 years who you never heard before. Oh, by the way, they do got a guy on their team. I'm going to get to him in a second. That is in my journal, right? And I don't think we've seen him before, but I'll stat check that. This team gets buckets, y'all. They get buckets, and I'm a little concerned about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not in the woods. I'm not spooky in the woods with it. But scoring is not their problem. Another thing about them as well. You see this right here? I'm gonna show you. You see the 3-point shot? Now, we could look at the 3-ball and say, well, damn, the Bucks are trash, but they can shoot the 3-ball, right? I don't just stop there. I said, okay, let me actually watch the games. Let me see what they shoot with my own eyes. In the last 10 games, they are plus 1.2 on 3-pointers made. They're up to 16 a game. They're shooting 16 threes a game. That puts them at 4th during this period, so they improved their ranking. They're making at least 1.5 more, so that puts them at just over 39 threes attempted a game, which puts them at 11th. But here is the major key about the Milwaukee Bucks. They are now shooting in the last 10 game stretch 40%, 40.7. Let me put some respect on their name. They're shooting 40.7% from 3. That puts them at 1st in the last 10 games. They have improved their 3-point shooting by plus 1.5%. And they were 2nd. So they're tripling, doubling, quadrupling down on their 3-ball abilities without their best setup man, Giannis. All right? Now on the glass, they're still subpar. But if you look at the rebounds total, they're doing a little bit better. They've improved their record. No, not just a little bit better. They're plus 2.8 on the glass. The glass has been an issue for us because while we are, we're our defensive rebounding has increased. Overall, we're down on rebounds, and rebounding is something that has been the fuel for this team, dominating the rebounding matchup differential. A stat that I kind of coined, but the glass is going to be very important tonight because one thing about Milwaukee, they play basketball the right way, believe it or not. Besides the 3 balls, they play good basketball. Very good basketball. They put a priority on attacking the paint. Now, I'm not saying that makes them the best paint team in basketball, because they're not. But Kevin Porter Jr. is a downhill attacker. What that means, when he comes off the screen, he's getting to the basket. He is getting to the basket consistently. He's averaging about 8 assists because you know why? He's putting the pressure on the defense and he's kicking that ball out because they shoot a lot of threes. They be spraying them threes, y'all. I'm not spooky in the woods. I'm just telling you what to expect tonight. They've been shooting the hell out of the ball. Now, here's what I'm banking on it and what I think gives us an edge tonight. By the way, I just want to let you guys know something. The Milwaukee Bucks net rating is a 4.6 in the last 10 games. They are a plus 7.5. That means overall, their net rating is in the dumps. It's like a -3, like I said, right, earlier. And they're 22nd overall. The New York Knicks have maintained a +5 net rating for the longest now. Big time salute to the Knicks. If you don't know what net rating is, all net rating is the difference between offensive rating and defensive rating. And by the way, those two stats are the two advanced stats that I rate the most. I rate those advanced stats the most because for the most, there's still limitations and context to it, but it tells you, it gives you a good picture as to how a team is performing over time, right? And net rating tells you the overall impact of the offensive defense. But the Knicks have been consistent +5 all year, despite how bad we think they are. I know we got chemistry issues. I know we got beef over there and all of that, but this team is performing, man. Now, here's the key thing where I think we're going to get them. Here's where I think okay. I'm going to start here and I'm going to give you the other one, right? There's a lot. This is what I'm looking at. See that? Oh, no. I do it better. Hold on. Meet your better research more. Just to show you what I'm looking at. See that right there? See that? Buck scouting report. See that? All those numbers. Okay. This is a 2-hour show right here. Anyway, I can't go over all the numbers. I'm just going to point out some of the things that I find to be that stand out. Now, here's where not having Giannis hurts them. Assist percentage. Only 56.7% of their buckets are assisted upon. That puts them in third to last place at 28th. They are a -5.8% on assist percentage. Giannis is a point guard. Y'all don't believe it. Y'all keep talking about Brunson. To all the people that didn't want to trade for Giannis, here's why Giannis and Brunson is going to work. Giannis is a point guard. And you know what confirmed it? I'm watching the Bucks game, right? And so if you got League Pass, you know they'll have all these videos that pop up. So I'm watching the game, and then a video popped up with Giannis saying, yo, back when I was in Greece, I used to be a point guard. I came to the league. This is the first time I was off the ball. I started as a slasher, but I always was a point guard. I didn't even know that about Giannis. I'm going to keep it right. I didn't know what the hell he was doing in Greece. I had no idea what Giannis was doing in Greece. I did not know that. It makes sense because I used to be like, yo, why in the hell does Giannis got the ball in his hands like that? Like they should let Dame run it or they should let, Drew or whoever. The brother is a point guard. Their assist percentage tanked -5.8% without him. So my logic is when they get him back, the Bucks might be dangerous, y'all. I'm keeping it real. They might be. I don't think they're going to win a championship. Slow that down. But they could give Detroit a run. Like, the only thing that's going to hurt them is defense, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But they got the weapons to give Detroit fits, bro. the way this kid, Kevin Porter Jr. playing, this kid is balling. Like, seriously. Like, Kevin Porter Jr. is nice. What did it for me was he's going downhill, bro. He's not settling for threes. Yo, he averaged the 20, what I said he had the 20. Let me see if I wrote down that. He averaged 20, just under 22 a game, right? And by the way, 7.9 assists on 2.3 turnovers. That's elite. And he's only taken 3.3 threes a game. That's it. Like 2.9 or something like that, threes a game. He's doing it all going downhill. He ain't settling for threes, dog. Trust me. He coming off that screen. He going down. I'm talking about like with the force, dog. Like he going downhill with force. And he ain't just chucking up layups too. He passing the rock out. AJ Green out there looking like Chris Mullin. Facts. I'm telling you, listen to me. And if you don't know who AJ Green is, he's like the small forward for their team. All he does is shoot threes, and he's a hack. They try to make it seem like he plays defense. He's a hack. He's a glorified hack. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't give him no more props than that. AJ Green's a hack. That's a whole nother topic. But let me tell you something, man. They're doing it all ISO. The only player who plays like that is Porter Jr. and Rollins when he has to pass, but Rollins is not that efficient, dog. No, he's not. He turned over the ball way too much. To the point where Doc probably is like, look, man, we're going to run this through Kevin Porter. Rollins, you're going to be the 2 guard. You're going to get the tougher defensive assignments. And that's just how we're going to run this show. And we're going to play y'all like Luka and Kyrie. When Luka's out the game, which is quick Kevin Porter, then you become Kyrie. Now, I'm not saying they're as nice as them. We got to relax. Let's slow that down. But here's what I'm relying on, right? The New York Knicks, I told y'all this, their defense is for real. Though we have seen some slippage, it ain't that much slippage. They still got one of the top defenses. The Milwaukee Bucks defense is still trash. I was going to keep it real. Their defense is still trash. This is what I'm holding on to, and this is why they probably won't beat Detroit. The defense is trash. But maybe Giannis helps them with that. I doubt it, because they were trash with him. So it was trash when he was there, and it's still trash now. Yeah, the defense is kind of weak, boy. They're 20th in defensive rating in the last 10 games, 22 overall. Now, they did improve slightly. It's a minus 1.4 in the last 10 games without Giannis. Okay. But you're still 20th in the league, and that's not moving the needle, dog. It's not moving the needle at all. The defense is still kind of weak. Like, I wouldn't say they do a great job for forcing turnovers. They don't. I wouldn't say that they're great at getting steals. They're not. In terms of sending guys to the free throw line, they got some hacks on their teams. You can get some free throws opportunities. This is what I was looking at. I was looking at some of their overall, cross-comparing it with the last couple of games. So I think the defense, even though we had some slippage in terms of defense, we are still a minus 4.8. Our rating is 109.4. We got the 6th best defensive rating in the last 10 games. As long as we stay in the top 10 in the last 10, this Knicks defense will continue to be for real. Overall, just about, 11th on defensive rating overall? We right there from the top 10. The defense is where it's at. The offense for the Knicks is where the problem is. So I'm hoping against a team like Milwaukee tonight, whose defense is not the greatest on the perimeter. Now, here's one thing I did note, y'all. While I clown them for their defense, also, here's another thing too. Like, they're a minus 1.9 in forcing TOs. They're bottom 5 in fast break points. So they're not getting out in transition. They're not taking advantage of defenses. No, they are. I'm not gonna say they don't get in transition. I'm gonna say they're not taking advantage of poor transition defense. Like you're only averaging 9.9 fast break points. That's like terrible. Okay, and only 13.1 points off turnovers. If you like numbers, that's all in the last 10 games. As far as paint points, they're solid. That's one thing they do with Miles Turner and Bobby Portis is they protect the paint, 100,000%. Right? They're giving up 43.8 points in the last 10 games, right? And that puts them at 6th in the league. So they do a good job protecting the paint. That's one thing they do. So getting inside on Turner and Portis and those guys may not be that easy, but on the perimeter, you get in there, you draw gravity. Jalen Brunson, you kick it out to the open shooters. We should get some pull. And by the way, our paint defense remains elite, even though we do give up plus 1.8 points at 46.6. That still puts us in the top 10. So the paint defense is still elite, and we're still 4th overall for the entire year. Yes, that's with Karl-Anthony Towns as your center. So yeah, the Bucks also beat some really good teams. They beat the Cavs. We know they had injuries though. They beat Miami. That was actually a good game, that Miami game. A lot of threes, man. That Miami game, a lot. It remind me of the couple of games we have in Miami where it was kind of up tempo. They smacked New Orleans. Nobody gives a damn about that. But they beat the OKC Thunders without SGA. And I'm trying to think that, here's another, and this would be my final Bucks point. I'll get back to some calls if y'all want to talk. Let me tell you something. The bench, hold up. Let me go back to the bench. I don't even got to go to the last 10. I'm going to stay right here. Because when you look at the last 10, it's sort of similar to this. They got a lot of, and I didn't even get to this kid. Let me tell you something. You see this kid right here? He only played 8-9 games. Ousmane Dieng, he's averaging 9.1 points, right? And he's shooting 46% from 3. This kid is 6'9". You talk about 6'9"? And he comes from OKC. I just realized that this was OKC kid. No wonder he's nice. Let me tell you something about this kid. This kid had a sidestep 3 off the bounce at 6'9", straight on. He could make plays off the dribble like a guard. He got guard. This dang kid has guard-like skills, y'all. He's on my players to watch. He can get buckets, and he has the green light. So if you see a guy named Jang giving us the business, just remember, I was the first one to tell you. All right? So that's where I am with this Bucks game. I do think we're going to win. But we gotta keep it real. Let me see if I could get some of these calls that I missed. And if you do want to call, keep the calls coming. Let me see if they'll answer. And because it's been a minute, but let's see if they'll answer. 646-995-8389. If I miss your call, I will call back. Continue smashing the like button. He's not answering. I'm gonna see. Let's see if they call back. But while we wait to get the calls up, I forgot I gotta go to likes anyway. Continue to smash the like button. I'm cooking with hot grease. Let's get the likes to 200. I do appreciate the support. You guys rocking with me on a Friday as I drop that sauce. Telling you right now, these guys in Milwaukee, man, they're playing some good basketball. That doesn't mean that we can't beat them. I'm standing on Knick business tonight because I think that we're going to get it done. Hey, what's going on, caller? State your name and let the people know where you calling from.
This is Zoe, and I call myself the Knick therapist.
The Knick therapist. I got you down as Harlem's Got TA. Is that it?
Yeah. Harlem's Got Talent. That's another platform I work on.
Okay.
Knick therapist.
Got you. So you're the Knicks therapist. So I changed it then. Knicks therapist. Where we going, brother?
Well, we need some help, and I really don't believe that Jalen Brunson, moving forward, is the point guard of the future. I say that
we going there. Damn, let's go.
We going there. I'm there. I took it there because Jalen Brunson, as a point guard, he doesn't look to make everybody else better. He looks to make his own shot and build himself up. And it's kind of selfish. He kind of, plays hero ball, ball hog, as you say out in the park. But more so, we need a point guard like Tyler Coakley, but he's not the one. He's not the answer.
Thank you. Nice I appreciate that. Right.
But we need a guard that's gonna heighten everybody else up, take everybody else's level up to the next game. And he's not that one. He's proved it. He's shown it. And listen, I like Jalen Brunson. I like what he's did, but he's almost like Tibbs. Tibbs can take us to the mountaintop, but he can't take us to the promised land. And so, Jalen Brunson.
Wow.
I know that's a strong indictment. That's a very strong indictment. But I've been a Knicks fan. I go back from the days of Bernard King, Josie Merriweather. I'm talking about Trent Tucker. I'm talking about Ray Williams, Gus Williams, way, way, way back. And so I've seen the Knicks elevation, their deflation. And last year, I'm not blaming anybody but Tibbs because he should have utilized his bench from the beginning of the year. So Brown, I think Brown needs to put on his thinking cap and say, okay, Sohan, I need you on the bench, and you're going to be situational, like maybe the last 2 minutes or 1 minute of a quarter. Because right now, Diawara needs to get those minutes.
I'm with you on that.
I'm glad we're in agreement. I'm glad. I like your channel. I like your platform, and that's why I tuned in. Because I think you're doing some positive things, and that's why I called in. And I really think that the whole Knick organization, they need to take a strong look at Jalen Brunson, and we need to think about. I hope you're sitting down for this one.
I am. Let's go.
Jalen Brunson for LaMelo Ball.
Oh man, yeah. You lost me. You lost me. Thank you, brother. You lost me with that last one, but thank you.
Does LaMelo make everybody else better? Can he score? Can he make everybody else better? He's a great passer. Come on.
I'm gonna address that, man. Yo, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Great call.
All right.
You was cooking. Big time.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No doubt. All right. The Knicks therapist. All right, big time. We got the Knicks therapist. He was cooking. Honestly, while I love Captain and I believe that, he's the best thing since probably, I want to say Melo, but I really think Ewing, because I think Brunson has had more success than Melo has had. But I'm going to tell you, man, it's hard to argue against him because I don't think Brunson was brought here to be what he became. And that's why we kind of sparked that money talk. Yeah, we do this over here, y'all. I do 2 shows a day. So a lot of the times when the news pops up, we already live. So we started the Jalen Brunson conversation on the money in the future. We was the first ones to talk about it, right? And a lot of people were like, yo, I don't know, 80-something million, I don't know. So I never thought that he would be this good. And I don't think Leon thought that either. I think Leon, we happy with what we got with Brunson. But I don't think no one expected this. And my only pushback to the therapist, besides the LaMelo Ball, is I don't think you need a point guard that does that. I know that might sound crazy to some of y'all. Because when you look at the examples of champions, you don't have Jason Kidd winning championships, right? Like what you have is either a team like Boston where it's kind of like you got 2 guards. Like Drew Holiday is not a traditional set 'em up guard, right? White can do it, but White is still a bucket getter himself. I wouldn't say Derek White makes other people better. I don't think I would make that assessment, but they still got it done. Look at OKC. You could say, I mean, it sounds cute. SGA makes other guys better, but do you really believe that? That's another pushback I would have for my brother, the Knicks therapist. Does SGA make, like, think about your, like, don't just say it because you want to prove your point right. Think about the question. Does SGA make other players better? Does he make other players better? And he won the championship. Who else you got? You got Jokic in Denver. I mean, if you want to say Jokic makes other people better because he got 10 assists a game, but then, like, I don't even like that concept about making other people better, because when you really look at it, it's not true. Like, everyone is sacrificing, dog. Like, all right, Mikal Bridges averaged 26 a game in Brooklyn. If I put Mikal Bridges on OKC, is he going to average 26 a game? What metric are you using to say that players are being made better? Because it usually goes in the opposite direction. Guys sacrifice to be on great teams. They don't get better to be on side. So I never was a fan of the get better thingy, because you got to explain what you mean by that. Now, if you mean getting guys easy shots, well, Brunson does that. We lead the league in open threes. We're one of the best corner three teams. We're one of the best catch and shoot teams in basketball, contrary to popular belief. Our assist percentage is 66. I don't know if I went over this during the breakdown, but we're 66.9% in the last 10 games. That puts us at 8th, meaning that 66.9% of our shots are assisted upon. The whole narrative that Brunson doesn't move the ball or pass the ball, I strongly disagree with that. He does, but he's an assassin. He's a bucket getter. He does look for his own shot. But that is the way the game is played today. They all do. If K doesn't score 25, the Pistons, they're going to be cooked. I know he averages 9 point whatever assists. I know that. He does everything for the Pistons. But what is the Pistons' assist percentage? Is it higher than the Knicks or less than the Knicks? Does Cade make those guys in Detroit better? Like, do you really think that? Are those guys better with Cade? Really? I think the only guy I would say Cade makes better is Durant. I think he made Durant into an all-star with the pick and roll. But besides that, it's hard for me to look at Detroit and say that he actually made those guys better. Because when you look at the numbers, like, I mean, maybe Duncan Robinson's having a career high year, I guess, if you want to hold our hats on to that, you know. But would Durant be this effective with Trae Young or with another guard who could run pick and roll? Would he be this effective with James Harden? James Harden is elite at pick and roll. Does James Harden make players better? Hold on, now we're getting somewhere. Hold up. James Harden get all the assists in the world. He lead the league in assists sometimes. Does he make guys better? I don't know about the guy. I don't know if I'm jacking that. But as far as LaMelo Ball, I know the kid is nice. I know the kid has star potential. I just think that the kid just does a lot of, and maybe I'm just biased to LaMelo Ball because I'm so used to seeing him lose. And health, like he just can't hold up. Like he's not. Is New York? I don't think he built for it in New York, man. It's a whole nother level out here, and I just don't see it personally. Doesn't mean that it wouldn't be, but and then also, who has LaMelo Ball made better? Like, let's really think of, like, are you telling me that LaMelo Ball makes Con Knipple better? Nah. He made Miles Bridges better? Nah. Did he make Miller better? Hell no. Miller don't need no assist. Miller ain't. I wonder what Miller's assist percentage is in terms of, like, him scoring buckets. I wonder what percentage of his buckets came off of an assist. I guarantee you is very low. I don't know. I didn't do the numbers. I could be wrong. But yeah, Miller. So like the whole narrative of making players better, like LeBron. Who has LeBron made better? AD was better in New Orleans, if you ask me, numbers-wise. Did he make AD better? Did he make Bosh better? Bosh numbers was better in Toronto. I don't know. I just don't like the play. Did Jordan make play? Now we get to, hold up. Did the ball-headed guy in Chicago make guys better? Because last time I checked, in 94, they had 3 All-Stars without him. Scottie Pippen was an MVP candidate without MJ. He sacrificed his game to be MJ's sidekick. So, yeah, I'm not jacking that. The Knicks therapist. I hear you, brother. But, yeah, Brunson is the best. Now, I agree that Brunson, this wasn't the plan. Because the team is definitely not built around Jay. If I was building a team around Jalen Brunson, he'd be the only 6'2" dude on the team. Everybody else going to be 6'9". Look, I'm going to show you. This would be my team. Everybody going to be like this guy size. Everybody. They all 6'9". They all shooting threes. And they all play defense. Well, I don't know if this kid is that great of a defender. I didn't really pay attention to his defense. I was mesmerized by his ability to shoot the ball at 6'9", and then having the green light to shoot the ball was even more impressive to me. He's still young and he's developing. He's only 22 years old. This kid's working on his game, bro. This will be my team. I wouldn't have no Tyler Kolek on my team. Sorry, I wouldn't have unless only way I wouldn't have Tyler Kolek. I would go get Nembhard. I wouldn't get Tyler. I would have Nembhard. Everybody 6'6" and taller. That's it. 6'6" guard. Every guard gonna be 6'6". Every small forward gonna be 6'9", and my center gonna be like a jumper, an athlete. That's it. That'll be my entire team. So yeah, that's my take on that, man. 646-995-8389. Call up. Even if we disagree, I appreciate the feedback. We got to continue getting the likes up. Uh-oh. I see Crim's dad in the building. I see. Yo, Crim's dad, great point too, by the way, Crim's dad. Big time salute to you. He say, Brunson makes everyone better, but they have to hit shots. It's a good point. Now, the last part about Cat, yeah, Crim's dad, I don't know. I can't. Yeah, I'm not going there, Crim's dad. But big time salute to you. Great to see you in the chat. So to all the channel members in the chat, we do appreciate you guys. I do got a members-only show I will be doing, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to be talking about Mikal Bridges. We're going to be talking about Mikal Bridges. So this is the time is now to become a member because, yeah, I'm going to be doing a show on Mikal. Big time salute to my man, D from Los Angeles, for giving me this topic because he asked a question, and we're going to lean into this. It'll probably be like a 3-part show. The one question he asked was, is Mikal Bridges the Iron Man because he's putting the initiative to not take any contact and his primary focus is to not miss a game? And I thought it was a profound question. Like, being the Iron Man, is Mikal Bridges' focus the Iron Man and he's sacrificing his effectiveness by not taking it to the basket? Because he rarely does. If he ain't got an open layup, he ain't going down there. He ain't going down there. But big time salute to everybody in the building. Continue to smash that like button. All right. I talked about the Bucks game tonight. There's some more points I wanted to get into with the Bucks game, but I just felt like we was going on it for too long. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the other game they had against the Cavs. You know, I feel like Brunson's going to have a good game tonight because guards have been tearing the Bucks apart. Do you hear me? They struggle with opposing guard. Schroeder, what he was doing to them, I mean, he was getting into the lane, dishing it off, doing whatever the hell he wanted. And Schroeder is nice. And that was one hell of a pickup by the Cavs to get Schroeder, because in the postseason, he is a ball player. See, the Cavs, they made moves for the postseason, but James Harden, he hasn't been that consistent. And now with this hand scenario he got, they gonna need luck, because it's gonna be rough. But that pick and roll attack with Schroeder, it's like, this is how you build a team, right? We know that we run pick and roll. Let me go get pick and roll guards. Like, it's very simple. Like, okay, so we want to run pick and roll. I'm gonna go get some elite pick and roll guards. That's why Allen is looking like Shaq. I'm keeping it real, y'all. That boy Allen is a problem. You saw it. He had a good game against us too. That boy Allen is putting in work. He was treating the Bucks like they were little kids, dog. Give me that layup. Looking all tall and doofy. I shouldn't say doofy, but just looking tall. Screw it and doofy. I still got smoke for the Cat. By the way, you a Cavs fan, man. I want to have that debate. We got to talk about this stuff. Big time salute to the chat, man. But look, man, we'll be back tonight after this Knicks game. I do appreciate you guys for rocking with me. As always, oh.